Okay, so if I think too hard about the fact that I'm recording from my iPhone microphone and the fact that it might not be the best quality, I'm gonna freak out and then I'm gonna have to record it again. But I did want to say, hey, I am recording a voiceover this time and playing the video just muted because I want to try a little bit of a different style. Because I think when I film a journal video all at once, because I want to film it all at once, I usually end up having a sore throat, and it's like not the most sustainable way for me to be doing things. So I'm trying this. Anyways, this is me trying out one of the tricks that people had been commenting just to wipe it off, and I was like, oh, this is not gonna work, because I started, as if you can see like little white dots, I tried to like scratch the dirt off, and it like was taking off the color, so I was like, oh, this is silly. I was like, let me just see if a wipe works, like totally as a joke, and then it totally took everything off, and I was like, oh, probably should have done this before. So now I have these like weird white spots on it, but it does look pretty good as new. So I think what I'm gonna try and do is, like, I got a comment on, I think my last video, that I should try and use like tape and then stickers or something. So I think I'm gonna probably try and do a combination of the two to cover up everything on the cover, because I've been talking about how I wanted to cover things, and true to my fashion, I haven't really made any progress on it. So that's that. But I also wanted to mention that I'm like kind of losing my voice. It's really weird. I don't know. Anyone else, let me know if this has happened to you. But I am not sick at all. Or at least I don't feel sick. Like, I don't have a fever, I don't have a headache, I don't like feel any cold symptoms, except for the fact that I have this horrendous cough. So that's really fun. I don't really know what's up with that, but if my voice like goes in and out, I'm sorry about that. I'm also trying to figure out the whole microphone thing, so we move. Anyways, so in this video, I just kind of wanted to show what I've been doing with my journal, which is to say literally nothing. Again, what's new? I literally have not touched my journal since I filmed the last video. And it sounds like I'm being really flaky, but I think mentally it's difficult for me to pick back up after I've abandoned something for a while, because I have a lot of issues with like perfectionism and stuff like that. I'm flipping through these pages. Sorry, I forgot I wanted to issue commentary and now I'm just yapping. But I had just felt a lot of pressure and I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted to have this nice, like, clean video, and it just was not working out this way. So this video is literally just me going in and filling out my calendar for the past, like, literal month that I've missed. And just trying to fill in that stuff, because I do, in fact, have a Google Calendar, so it was nice to kind of have a source, a database with which to fill out things. So that was really good. Anyways, as I was slipping around, I looked back at May and I was like, I hate this page. And it's not that I hate like the writing or anything. I think it looks fine. But I was so just not happy with the stickers. And I had put on a couple like the day before, well, yesterday as I'm recording this. And I just did not like them. So anyways, this like pink, the sticker with the bag that says pink actually came from like this Minnie and Daisy sticker book. And yes, I'm still using sticker books from when I was a literal child, because I had this thing when I was younger where I never wanted to use stickers. I think this is like a very common thing, and I just like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna waste them by using them, which is kind of literally the point of stickers. But I feel like this sticker fear thing is very common, so I'm trying to work on that. So I have a whole box, and a lot of stickers are from my childhood, but I think they look really cute in here. Anyways, I replaced this one with a flower, which is the same, kind of the similar one to the one that I have in the right corner. And I think, I don't know, I just disappeared for some reason. I actually ended up changing a lot of these stickers just because I didn't really like the way that they looked. Like, the color palette didn't feel like it really fit the whole vibe of what May felt like to me. Honestly, in my head, May felt like a little bit more of a blue month, and not like blue sad month, actually, because it was a rival to June 2023 in my life, which was basically the best month of my entire life. Super life-changing, super fun, did so many cool things. Sorry, that was my chair and then my elbow that just made such a funny noise. Anyways, so I found these stickers. These ones are actually from an American Girl card set, I want to say. I'm pretty sure it's American Girl. And so I actually was trying to decide which of these stickers I wanted to replace. I was like, what is the problem here? And I was like, I think it's the red. I tried to bring in red because I put this ladybug sticker. My hand is covering it right now. But yeah, you can see it right there. And it had a little bit of red in it, and that was the first sticker I put down. I actually put it down because it's someone I know's birthday, and I call her Lilybug, and so I put a ladybug because I thought that was really cute, and I actually did something very similar because that week overlaps into June, and there I can write it again. So I put ladybug stickers on both of those, but I just had put down a red sticker because I wanted to match that, and then I decided it really didn't feel like a red month at all, so I took that up. And then I got rid of this sticker. Again, peeling up stickers. These ones are like pretty light stickers, so it's really not that much of a worry, which is nice. I can just go in and get rid of them. Again, I'm pretty sure these butterfly stickers are from like an American Girl doll catalog. If you used to get those in the mail, they'd send the same sheet every single time. So if that looks familiar, that's what that's from. Anyways, so my sticker anxiety apparently has been rampant throughout my life, but I'm really enjoying the fact that I get to use them now and kind of appreciate them in all their glory, because I am really proud of the way these look, I think. Or like aesthetically, it feels really nice to go through and just like see some of these things that are from my childhood, and like, I say like a lot. I realize that, and I'm going to become very conscious of this when I watch it again, because I'm going to realize that my vocabulary is not as good as I like it to be. When I film a video where I'm just talking to the camera, I often will cut out me saying like or a lot here, but I'm really trying to edit this as little as possible because I feel like these videos have a different sort of tone to them and a different vibe, and so I don't want to go in like editing myself super heavily because that's not what it's about. I think journaling is a process that, I don't know why this is getting so deep, that is really an expression of yourself, and to tone down your vernacular, even if it sounds really silly, is like, see, I said like again, I'm doing a disservice to myself, I feel. I don't know. I think I'm being too dramatic about it, but that's kind of how I feel about it. Anyways, I'm finally getting into June, which is fun. And I also, you're going to realize, because I'm doing a lot of writing here, I turn my page, or in this case, my journal, so far to the left, which you're supposed to technically, I believe, I don't know, this is what I learned in elementary school, you're supposed to turn the page a little bit, just because of like the natural slant of your arm, I guess, but my wrist is turned really funky, I realize. This is the first time I'm coming to this conclusion as I'm watching myself write. I'm a little self-conscious about it. But I don't know, this is how I started writing, and then it started becoming more and more dramatic, and you'll see that as I like start writing, I start turning the page further and further. So sorry about that. If there's some crazy head turning happening here for you, I apologize. It does feel very me, though, and I like that about it. Hey, it has been a few hours since I recorded the last microphone clip, I guess. I was getting a call from a friend, and then I ended up doing a bunch of other things. But I'm back. I'm here. You missed me so much, and my fairy lights just fell from the ceiling onto my head, and that's so pleasant. I guess we're just gonna record it like this. That is the joy of life, is that unexpected things happen. Speaking of unexpected things, I really did not mean to make that a segue, but it's going to be a segue now. Speaking of unexpected things, I didn't expect to take this much time away from my journal, and it was definitely a little bit scary coming back. And I say was, and I probably should be saying is, because although I'm filling out these monthly pages here in this clip, I still have not yet gotten to the daily pages, and I feel like I have such a massive amount of space still that I need to fill up that it's really freaking me out, and I really just want to be able to get back to that place where I feel like I can open that up and start to do it, but I feel like, and I talked about this a little bit like a few minutes ago in the video technically for you, but I just feel a lot of pressure with perfectionism and just wanting everything to be right, especially because it's not a lot of money for some people, and for other people it's a lot of money. But to me, I spent a lot of money on this journal, and because of that, I want to kind of use it to its full potential, and the fact that I haven't kind of freaks me out a little bit. And then also I just want it to look nice, and I want to be proud of it, and I really want the concept of having a journal that's completed and it really encapsulates a year of my life, especially because I feel like I've had a lot of mental and emotional growth, maybe physical too, I don't know, this year, and I think that's still happening, and I wanted to have kind of a not memorial, because no one is passing away, just a memory of that. So that's that on the pressure. I think I also had a lot of revelations about my kind of mental state and, you know, some thoughts about the way that I would like to do things going forward, and I'm really excited to see how that pans out in my journal. But in all honesty, I haven't been perfect at that, and so it freaks me out a little bit. But, you know, maybe saying this out loud is, whoa, I guess my chair makes noises. Saying that out loud is a little bit invigorating for me. You know, I feel a little more self-confident in the fact that I can do it. Who knows? I don't know, honestly, at this point. Anyways, if you're struggling to find, I see people use the word, or I guess use the phrase planner peace a lot, and that's not exactly what I'm talking about, because it's not that I don't feel peaceful in my planner, it's just that I find it really, really difficult to stay on a certain habit for a really long time, especially if it's a habit that I really enjoy for a short period of time. I hesitate to use the word hyperfixation because I don't know if it's the proper context in which to use it, but I do get really fixated on something for a little while, and a little while it kind of was dragged out here just because it helped me so much with my habits and how I was feeling at the time. But even in March, I was really when I started struggling to keep up, and I did okay through March and April, just like backfilling mostly stuff, and then it really just fell off. Like I found it really, really difficult to keep up with. So, you know, to each their own, but I want to figure out a more sustainable way to do this moving forward. And then the other thought is, like, why did you pick a journal or a planner or a combination of the two, I guess, which is kind of also why I love it. Why did you pick something that was dated so that you would have to journal every day? And the answer is, I think also just because I wanted the challenge. Like, I saw it and I wanted to, I guess, challenge myself to put myself in a space that was uncomfortable, and I guess this is maybe just one that I couldn't meet right now. So, we all make mistakes. But I'm coming back at it, and I'm going to make an attempt. So this is me getting into the monthly section, which I think is the least harrowing to open and to get back into, because it's quite easy to backfill, and it's quite easy to bring myself back to that place. Also, I just needed to mention, I put a piece of washi tape down there. It's not going to stay forever. I just put it there because I wanted to remind myself that I want to write something on that day off camera, because it includes like sensitive information that, like, from that information you could discern generally the area in which I am, and I don't particularly want to do that, even though I film other videos that are like, anyways, I just decided I didn't want to do it. But anyways, the whole monthly section is just a lot easier, and I feel like it's a lot easier aesthetically to feel like it looks nice and feel like there's less pressure. I take a lot of kind of aesthetic inspiration and sticker inspiration from a lot of other channels on YouTube. So if you don't watch anyone else, but you absolutely watch. If you watch my journal videos, you probably watch others. Unless you're like one of my friends who is watching this. And then I say, why are you watching this? Do something better with your time. My life is not that interesting. But seriously, I love you. Anyways, I did also want to mention, sorry, there are a lot of things on my mind, and I have not particularly organized them really or written them down, which maybe I should have. But I wanted this to be a little more open-ended. Anyways, I am having some trouble with this pen, and it's a uni jetstream. I have used one before, and I used it when I first bought this journal, and I loved it. I thought it was the most amazing thing ever, and I still really love them. This one, I can't tell if it's a bad batch, or it's just a bad pen, or something got messed up, or if I just got really lucky with the one I used to have, which I don't think is true because I've heard really good reviews about this type of pen. But for some reason, the one that I'm using right now keeps skipping. And it used to skip kind of an unbearable amount, and now it skips less, but I do find sometimes that I have to flip back to that like grid piece of paper I have underneath right there, and like scribble on it in order to get the pen working back again, and that's really annoying. Not the end of the world, but if anyone has any tips on how to fix that, or just like any advice, because I really like this pen, and even though it doesn't particularly work 100% or as well as I would like it to, I also don't think I can bear the idea of just throwing it away when it hasn't been fully used. So, you know, I'm trying my best, but it is a little bit annoying right now. So if you have any tips on that, please let me know. Okay, I think it's probably time for me to mention a little bit of the content that I'm writing. And just, if this is your first video, wow, there's a lot going on here. Although probably for some people, most people, it is. I don't really know what my demographic is here. Okay, so this is actually me showing how I was struggling with the pen. I guess it was a reminder to myself to talk about the pen, but I just did. So, I'll mention a little bit about the kind of the content that I try to put in my calendar. And honestly, it's mostly just a repeat of what I put in my Google Calendar, give or take a few items. I like the continuity of having it in two places. I don't really care that it is probably not the best use of my time, because I really feel like this book kind of immortalizes time for me and gives me kind of closure, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But before I forget about that, I have usually filled my calendar with events, obviously appointments. I feel like that's what most people use calendars for, but I could be wrong. People's birthdays, anniversaries, holidays. There was actually a combination of all of those things during this month, and even last month too, which is always very exciting. Concerts, I went to a few. Went to a bunch in May, went to a few in June. I should probably find another hobby, but it's what brings me joy. So I hung out with Vanessa a lot, as you can tell in this calendar. She's not going to watch this video, but anyways, I love you so much. But in addition to the general birthdays, events, normal things people could put in their calendar, school and work, I like to put in a lot of fangirl information, and I say fangirl information like stuff about music, when certain music comes out, or sometimes when I post on social media, I like to remember, not that I care about really having a posting schedule, because I tried that and that did not work very well for me, but I do like to keep kind of a record of when certain songs come out, because I like, number one, to look forward and be like, oh, what song is coming out today and what do I want to remember, or maybe film a reaction video too. But I also like to be able to go back and be like, oh, when did this song come out? Because I actually find myself referencing that a lot. So, not a normal thing that people usually put in their calendars, I guess, unless this is literally your job. But I am just a girl and I love doing it. I also should mention, this is when I started really, really messing up. So I'm doing this line, and I think I did it in a previous month. I can't remember which one. Definitely December, I think. I just used this line to demonstrate that an event lasts longer than one day. But unfortunately, I wrote it in the middle instead of, oh, pen is not working again. How wonderful. Unfortunately, I wrote it in the middle instead of on the first day because I wasn't really paying attention. I started listening to a song that I really liked, and I got really distracted. And then here, I'm writing down something that is meant to go on the next day, and I'm going to realize that very soon. And then I'm going to have to white it out and draw over it with a pencil. But it actually didn't end up that badly when I ended up fixing it. So, that's always good. People make mistakes. I need to figure out what whiteout this is because it blends in with this page really well. In my opinion. Good enough that I feel really good about it. So, I will figure out what it is and leave it in the description for you. But the other thing I was going to say I put in my calendar, and this might be a little silly or sweet, I don't know, it depends who you are. I like to put in a lot of my friends' concert plans. I have a lot of friends who go to a lot of concerts, and by a lot I mean more than me, so it has to be quite a few. And I like to put their plans into my calendar, so you might notice blank sees blank. I put in a lot just because I really like to celebrate those occasions, which sounds a little silly, but oh, hello forehead. That's so pleasant. Because I really love to celebrate those experiences with my friends. So if you're looking to fill up space in your calendar potentially, or just kind of want to have records of things, I recommend putting that because it's so worth it just getting to tell everyone how excited you are about this special day for them. And I just love celebrating my friends in that way. And that's what I do. I just put all their exciting events in my calendar as well, so I can wish them an exciting time. I do feel like if you're far enough into this video, I should probably mention the fact that my last journaling video got quite a few views, which was very exciting for me. It was also definitely a surprise because I think on some videos that I post, and I guess maybe this might be embarrassing to admit that I look at the stats more often than I should, but I think it's genuinely interesting in terms of like psychology and who clicks on what and what is interesting to people. Anyways, I wasn't looking at this at all because I wasn't really uploading anything and I wasn't really paying attention, and I looked and I was like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of people perceiving my journal, which is a little scary, but I did in fact blur most of the daily pages, so I felt a little more assured about that. Anyways, if you're here from that video, hi, or any video, honestly, at this point, or one of my friends watching this, which I am so shocked with love. That's not the right word. But I'm so endeared at your ability to handle me both in real life and over a microphone for over 23 minutes now. So, thanks for that. I should probably stop talking about my friends, but I just love my friends so much. I'm so lucky to know such wonderful people. Anyways, thanks for watching that video. It was great. I had a lot of fun filming it, and I hopefully will get to do more videos like that in the future. I don't really have a schedule or knowledge of what I want to post about this particular topic. I feel like my other videos, because I do post other videos on this channel that are not journaling content, which are like vlogs, or I talk about books, or I talk about music, and those are things that I feel like I can do, which, I mean, I guess technically I can do anything, but I feel like there's so much more structure I feel like I can give myself, and just I don't know, maybe I just feel less pressure because less people watch those videos, I think, and they're just a documentation of my life. Whereas this, I feel like, is a little more intimate, and it requires a little bit more, maybe emotional strength? That's not the right word because I don't feel tied up about posting stuff like this. I just feel like you have to be a little bit more open and put less structure into it, because I don't think this is the kind of video where you can just like edit out all of your pauses and stuff. Like, I am really fully planning on recording this voiceover, turning up the volume, and exporting it off my computer, or I guess onto my computer. I don't really know how any of this works. I just kind of exist and I like to film my stuff. But Anyways, I do feel kind of excited that people were watching my stuff. I don't know if they'll come back. A few people subscribed. Maybe they will be back. Hey. But I don't know. I also, if you have any ideas about what you would like me to post, or if you want to see something in particular from me, please comment down below. Or even if you don't have any ideas, just say, hey, tell me what you're journaling in. Tell me if you journal. Comment your favorite song. I always say this in my vlogs, if you watch them. Just like, tell me something that's going on in your life, because I like to talk with people, and if you're comfortable. Because I feel like I had a lot of people view that video and not very many people commented, and it feels a little faceless, which I guess is kind of the concept, but I do want to say hi if you're interested in saying hi. I don't know, I feel like I'm just talking too long now, which I guess is what happens when you put a microphone in front of me and a video to talk over, because I can listen to myself talk and also watch myself journal at the same time, which feels like a lot of self-exposure that I don't really know if I'm ready for. Maybe I should journal about it and process. That's actually, I'm probably not going to do that, because I actually want to film a lot of me going through this process in terms of opening up the weekly section and filling it out, and maybe filling out my first daily page. I think it would be interesting for me to get to show you filling out a daily page, because I usually blur a lot of that stuff because a lot of it is personal information, but I kind of am feeling a little bit interested in being raw about my thoughts on this, because I feel like it's a common thing to go in and out of certain phases of journaling, and that's kind of how I feel right now. So I am telling myself that I'm being helpful to people. I may not be, but if you're watching this all the way through, then I must at least be a little entertaining. Okay, we are back for, I believe what is segment 3 of me recording this voiceover at random times. So hi, I'm back. I can't really conceptualize anything that I've said in this video. Like, I feel like me talking for too long is a hazard to my digital footprint, and that I will just say anything, which is probably not the greatest. I also still have kind of a crazy sore throat, but if anyone wants a sickness update, I slept for 12 hours when I came home yesterday, and I feel pretty good in that department, except for the fact that my voice is, again, slowly leaving me. But anyways, back to the video. The calendar section I'm actually very happy with, honestly. Like, I like the way this panned out. I feel like my handwriting looks a little weird, but again, I think that is just because I hadn't been writing a lot. And, you know, you have to get back to it a little bit. It probably looks super great and neat to people who are not writing this, I guess, who are not me. But I'm a bit of a perfectionist about it, if you can't tell by the fact that I have mentioned it several times already. Anyways, so the section that I'm working on right now is the sidebar. And I've been really bad with keeping up with this in past months, but I was really excited at the concept of bringing it back, just because I think it was really helpful for me in terms of being able to see what my month was like, and also to get things done a little bit. So the two sections that I have here are my monthly to-dos and my monthly obsessions. Now, I feel like the to-dos are a pretty common thing. People just, these are the things that I need to get done during the month. It's really funny that I'm filling this out the way that I'm filling it out, because I'm doing it at the end of the month as I write and record this. And the to-dos are things I need to get done in June, but still have not gotten done, which is, I don't know, maybe a sign that I should be writing these to-dos and filling out this calendar at the beginning of the month. But, you know, we're working on it. Anyways, so that's that section. I think it's just helpful in terms of getting things done. I will say, when I fill out these sections, I usually make my bullet point a little dash, and then when I've completed the task, I turn it into a plus. I don't know if a lot of people do that, but I don't know, I started doing it somehow, and that's what I do now, because I don't really love bullet points, because then you have to make like a little circle, and sometimes your pen doesn't work, and then you have to keep going over it, and I just prefer a little dash, because I feel like it's more foolproof. And then also, my monthly obsession section, I really like, and I haven't seen a lot of people do this, so maybe I am bringing this into the world. That's a really strong statement to make. But anyways, I like to just see a list of the things that I was really enjoying during the month. Because for me, it really puts time into perspective in terms of what I was enjoying at that time. And then sometimes when I flip back, I remember things that I really enjoyed. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should get back into that. But I just like to kind of see what music I was into, what I was watching, what I was doing. And I feel like this is kind of a good tracker of that. I was doing something kind of like that in my daily pages, and I'll hopefully get to that in another video. And I was talking about kind of the media that I was consuming. But that's something that's really interesting for me to track. Just, again, to kind of put my life into perspective, because I feel like, okay, this might sound a little silly, but I feel like writing in my journal was a way for me to chronicle time passing in my head. And so it was like almost like giving closure to specific months or specific periods of time in my life. And so when I wasn't journaling, it was like I was kind of, and I guess still not totally back into it, but I feel like I don't really have semblance of how long it's been since I did certain things. And I think even before I started journaling, I had difficulty like remembering what I did in specific points in time in my life. And I think I had a bit of a memory issue, and I'll probably talk about that and like how journaling has fit into my mental health journey a little bit in hopefully another video. But it has given me some semblance of time and what's happened and what's to come, and I do really love that about it. So this like obsession section also helps me put that into perspective, giving me closure on that month, and then also measuring my life by what I'm enjoying at that time is something that really helps me bring myself back to that moment. So I'm now finally done with the writing part, and I'm going back in with these stickers. I picked this little rainbow because it's Pride Month, and then I couldn't figure out where to put it. So I think I actually end up moving it again. But again, I'm still working through all these different stickers. I'm really, really trying to make it through this Minnie and Daisy sticker pack, and I don't know how long it's going to take me because I feel like using the ones that actually have Minnie on it are kind of funky. But I don't know, maybe I'll make it into a daily page or something, and I'll use a bunch of them, and it'll be cute. I don't really know at this point. But I do love that I have all of these stickers, and I am very excited for some coming months because I have certain ideas of special stickers that I want to use for special months. So I'm very excited about that. I will say, if you have any sticker recommendations or stationery recommendations or even like video recommendations, just let me know what you like and what you want to hear/see from me, because I do feel like I don't know really. Again, my whole semblance of time thing is funky because I don't really know how long I've been doing this or how long is enough to be like, oh, I know what I'm doing, but I don't feel like I know what I'm doing. So if you have any ideas, let me know. I like this new format, I will say. I think it's nice because it puts less pressure on me to talk when I'm journaling, because sometimes I can't always come up with what I want to say in the moment. And then when I get a moment to sit down and kind of talk, it gives me a more open-ended way to share my thoughts, and then I'm not afraid to say things. Oh, I did want to say, I do really want to use these star stickers, but unfortunately, they're like thick, or they have these edges, and they're really nice stickers, but the issue is it's difficult to use them on this paper because it's so thin, and I don't want everything getting super bulky. I know people really like really bulky journals, and I love the concept and the idea of that, but unfortunately, I also don't want to be carrying around something that's super heavy and super thick, so I've definitely put paraphernalia in my journal, but I try to keep it generally to minimum. Like, I don't want to put cardboard in there. So, anyways, I was saying I do feel like I'm a little new to this, and so I do really like this format because I don't necessarily feel the need to go back and edit line by line, word by word what I'm saying, which I do feel like I feel the need to do a lot when I'm vlogging or making other videos, because that's just kind of the format that it allows for, and I kind of like this. And I feel like this community kind of, not that I have much of a community, but I have been getting some very nice comments, which is very nice. The community allows for that kind of thing, which is nice, and I really like that about it. I am a little bit scared about the fact that I'm technically sharing my open-ended thoughts on the internet, but life is short, and this is what I enjoy doing. Oh, and I love these bug stickers. I think they're so cool. I've had them since I was a little kid. It was like a very nostalgic thing for me to come back. I think I ended up picking up that heart sticker because I absolutely hate it. Yep. But I really like these bugs. I think they're so cute, and they're so sparkly and fun. And I would love to tell you where I got them. But again, I've had them since I was a literal child, and my mom probably got them at Lakeshore, which I don't even know if that even exists anymore. Like, I don't think it's the one that we used to go to closed, because, again, it's been like 15 years, so I don't really want to ruminate on that, because, I've been around for a while. But I say that, and then I realize, like, I think my audience for these videos is a lot older than I anticipated, I guess, or older than me. And so, see, again, I just feel like I know nothing. I'm not prepared for life. I don't know what I'm doing. But it's okay. I think I have been put here behind the camera, behind the microphone, for far too long, and now I'm just beginning to spiral a little bit about how old I am. So, I do appreciate everyone watching the last video, though, and I'm very excited to share more content with you in this form. I think it's cool. Unless someone comments and is like, this is the worst thing ever, don't do it, I will probably do it again, because I had fun doing this. And I guess that's kind of the point. Thank you for all the nice comments and the views. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. I feel so appreciated and supported here, which is nice. But yeah, so in the future, I'm probably going to make more videos like this. If you don't have the attention span to watch the whole thing, you can always listen as a podcast, or you can watch the video without the audio as some sort of like body double thing. But I don't know. It's up to you. I hope you enjoyed. I need to stop talking now, or I'm going to run out of clip. But I had a lot of fun doing this. Please stay tuned if you'd like to come back for some weekly and daily page creation. I had a lot of fun, and thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, I guess, if you want. I don't know. I had fun. Okay, I'll see you later.